pitches thrown in a game 3 minutes short of 5 hours. It was Derek Jeter's 2000th as a Yankee. A's in New York. Top two, bartender, Honolulu Lager. Kurt Suzuki from the 808. 3-run shot off CC Sabathia. It was reviewed for fan interference, upheld. CC 6 2/3, 6 earned, 4 walks, 2 Ks. Is anybody alive out there? Johnny Damon and Derek Jeter in the top of the third. E7 later in the inning. Jack Cuss grounds to Sabathia to second for 1 out. Jeter. Is anybody alive out there? You can see Jorge Posada. He's running down the first baseline to cover first, and Jeter throws home, and Posada with the, my bad.
That was a pretty good throw, though.
After the game, yeah, Jeter, wasn't Jeter's bad. Bottom 4, Jeter, he goes solo. Brett Anderson giving up 3 homers in 5 1/3. Now that ties the Major League record, 25 home runs through 6 games. 14th inning, Melky Cabrera is going to untie it. Hit one off Anderson early. This is off Dan Geist, the former Yankee late. Cabrera, 4 for 14 at the new pad. All 4 hits, home runs. Cabrera, who lost his center field job, making up for it in a big way there. This is the first game-ending shot in the new stadium's short history. And 4 tied. Matt Harrison, Rod Barajas. 2-run homer, his second of the night. Blue Jays up 4-2. They get 17 hits in this game. Would it be enough? 9th inning. Toronto up 7-6. B.J. Ryan facing Michael Young in no Cadillac. It's steak knives for Ryan. Young goes yard. His 4th of the season. The Rangers score 3 in the 9th to tie it up at 7. Bottom 11. Darren O'Day, they're going to call him in to pitch. They called this guy in Florida at noon Wednesday, said, get to Toronto. We may need you. Well, it's O'Day. It's not Gabbard. He's got Case and Gabbard's uniform on because they didn't have one for him. Kevin Millar, the first batter O'Day faced, he said, I was confused. Gabbard's a lefty. This guy was a righty. Well, Millar answered. Fly ball to deep center. Vernon Wells scores to end it, and the Blue Jays win at 8-7. Now, is that O'Day or Gabbard's bat? I don't know.
Last 4 starts dating back to last season, 5.09 ERA this season. Steve Phillips says the slider is not working the way it used to. Jeff Bailey called up earlier Wednesday from AAA Pawtucket because Rocco Baldelli's on the DL, and Bailey nearly sent that one back to Rhode Island. Red Sox up 3-0. Top 3, how about some defense? Nick Punto over third. Kevin Youkilis doesn't usually play at third, but he was pretty good there. Brad Penny gave up just 2 earned runs in 6 innings with some help from his defense. Bottom third, there's Big Papi. Off the wall, Jacoby Ellsbury and Dustin Pedroia come in to score. David Ortiz in at second with a double. Hadn't been turning in many extra base hits, but he gave the Red Sox a 5-0 lead. Liriano, 4 innings of work, 7 earned runs. Top 4, Delman Young, well hit, but Ellsbury back to the wall, and he makes the grab. Would have been extra bases, but the Red Sox win 7-3. They've won their last 7 games.
NL West leading Dodgers had their 8-game winning streak snapped Tuesday at Houston. This is the first time Manny Ramirez has ever faced Roy Oswalt. Not the first, this game is. This is the top of the 6th, and Manny's figured him out. His 4th, it's 2-1. Next batter, Andre Ethier. He's figured Oswalt out. Looked like a fan might have grabbed it. They reviewed it. And then 1 shot ain't enough. Jack, you better make it 3. They weren't back to back to back, but they were all in the 6th, and that's the first time Oswalt's given up 3 home runs in a single inning. Casey Blake touches him there. Dodgers up 4-2. We go bottom 8. We're tied. 1 on Jeff Blum, and after a Lance Berkman home run tied up. Ronald Belisario, the rookie, intentional walk pitch is too wide. Hunter Pence takes third. You know what's coming. Pudge Rodriguez singles up the middle, and Pence is no longer on second, so he can come on home. Astros win at 6-5. The Astros win back-to-back games for just the 2nd time this season. The Dodgers lose back-to-back games for just the 2nd time this season. Well, the Giants are waiting for Barry Zito to kickstart. Visiting Padres hope they get the same guy who's 0-2 with a 10 ERA this season. And Zito trying to avoid becoming just the 3rd major leaguer ever to lose 9 straight April starts. How about in the 4th inning? Giles, Gonzalez, and Kuzmanov strikes out the side. 7 innings, no decision, no runs, because he was in a battle with Chris Young, who beat the Giants earlier this season. He goes 7 innings. He had a no-hitter through 4. Also, no decision. We go 10th inning. Okay, they're gonna walk Fred Lewis after Andres Torres had singled and stolen second off Edwin Moreno. And then Benji Molina comes up. Benji Molina thought he had the day off. Didn't even take pregame batting practice. Comes in, swings it. Giants win at 1-0. Giants, 4 hits, only 4 hits, 2 come in the 10th. They get her done. All right, Florida still in first in the NL East, but in danger of getting swept at Pittsburgh. Paul Maholm getting Cameron Maben there. And then top four, it's 3-0 Pirates. Runners at the corners. Hanley Ramirez to Maholm. The out at second base. Oh, Emilio Bonifacio in the pickle. And he's tagged out. Bottom five, Pirates up 3-2. It's the LaRoche brothers. Andy drives in two, including Adam here, who had 4 hits. Pirates up 4-2. All right, up 5-4, 1 out, bottom six. Niger Morgan on second. He goes for third. Ronnie Polino's throw goes into left. Morgan comes home. Pirates up 6-4, win 7-4. They sweep the Marlins, who were 11-1. They're now 11-4. Dan Uggla continues to struggle. Cardinals have won 5 in a row at home, including the series opener against the Mets, facing Joel Pinheiro against Skip Schumacher to field the Ryan Church grounder. 4-6-3 double play. Pinheiro out of the inning. And then Cards up 3-1, 2-on, 2-out, top four. Luis Castillo, Joe Thurston. Diving stop, throws to second. Pinheiro says he's got a new pitch, the sinker, and he's going to go to it all year. Got some defensive help in this game. Chris Duncan, the sliding catch on the Jose Reyes foul ball. Pinheiro retired 13 in a row at one point on 35 pitches. More defense. Khalil Green, diving stop. Pinheiro, 6 hits in 8 innings. He's 3-0. The Cards win 5-2. They've got 5 or more runs for their 7th straight game. They beat up John Maine, who's got a 7.47 ERA now.
Ted Lilly won 17 games last season, but lost 4 times to the Reds. He met them again Wednesday in Chicago. Johnny Cueto in a jam in the 4th. For the Reds up 1-0, 2 on and 2 out, but he gets Ryan Terrio with a slider, and Cueto out of the jam. Bottom 6, full count to Milton Bradley. Cueto gets the high strike call. Bradley, hold it together, and he did. He struck out 3 times in the game. Cueto, 7 innings of work, no earned runs. Top 9, Reds up 2-0. They could use a little insurance, and like a good neighbor, Jay Bruce is there. 2 relievers help Cueto with the shutout. In Anaheim, Joe Saunders and Justin Verlander on the mound. Scott Shields in the Angels bullpen, though, ended the day with a 7.85 ERA. Top 7, Tigers down 8-6. Bases full of Tigers. Shields pitching, trying to stop the rally. He walks Gerald Laird on 5 pitches. Magler Ordonez scores. Tigers within 1, so Shields replaced by Jose Arredondo. Next batter's Brandon Inge. And Inge hustles down the line. He's in there. 1 run scores. Eric Ibar with a throwing error. 2nd run comes in to score. Detroit up 9-8. Next batter is Neil's cousin, Adam Everett. Ibar can't make the play. Laird comes in to score. Detroit goes up to win 10-8, and they win it 12-10.
Phillies starting rotation with a major league worst 7.52 ERA, and visiting Milwaukee, you'd like to get some of that. Mike Cameron with the Brewers up 1, top 6, 2 outs, runners on the corners. Corey Hart scores. Ryan Braun all the way around from first, wearing the PF Flyers. He beats the throw. It's 3-0 Brewers. Bottom 9, Todd Coffey strikes out Ryan Howard. That's 1 out, and then Jason Worth, that is out. Solo homer, 2nd of the season for Worth, and we got a 3-1 game. Now we got 2 outs, but we got runners on the corner. Chris Coast, sit down. Coffey gets it done. Kendall throws the first for the out. 3-1, Brewers win it.
Funniest part was Delonte West savoring that new sneaker smell. You don't want to try that after a game, though. SportsCenter's top 10 plays. Chris Anderson, the Birdman, leading it off. Head number 10, putting it down for the Hornets. And then, can we get a wing flap? Nuggets win it 108-93.
Number nine, the Capitals are in trouble, thanks in large part to Henrik Lundqvist, the New York Rangers goalie. 38 saves. Alexander Semin there.
And then at number 8, Heated Hawks, the real live Hawk mascot, decided to linger. Well, after play began, they eventually had to get him out.
At 7, it's Juventus against Lazio, also known as Lazio. Mauro Zarate. Let it breathe.
We know what you meant. Number 6, Bruins and Canadians. Last minute of the first period, David Krejci spins off the check from Christopher Higgins, and Michael Ryder works a give and go with him. These two were all over the ice. Bruins win 4-1. Canadians done.
Let's go back to the Heat and Hawks and something that doesn't have to do with the bird, but has to do with the players. And look at Josh Smith coming back to block Michael Beasley. You saw he was nearly out of bounds out there. Came back. The Heat went on to win the game, though.
Number 4, Twins and Red Sox. Game 1 of a doubleheader at Fenway. Jason Bay at the plate. It's not about him. It's about Michael Kadire. Great Bridge, Chesapeake, VA is in the house, but the Red Sox swept the doubleheader.
More soccer because I'm blessed. I couldn't have screamed it any better.
Yeah, what he said. Number 2, White Sox and Orioles, bottom 7. Sox up 6-1. Nick Markakis, well hit, but Jermaine died into the wall. And the White Sox win at 8-2.
Let's go number 1. 5 home runs hit at the new Yankee Stadium on Wednesday, and the last one, game over. Melky Cabrera. Yanks beat the A's 9. The Astros trying for their first home sweep of the Dodgers in nearly 4 years. Top 1, 2 on. Manny Ramirez singles up Wandy Rodriguez. Rafael Furcal scores. The Dodgers up 1. We go bottom 3rd. Chad Billingsley. Going to get some defensive help. Kaz Matsui. To center, Matt Kemp. That's good. It's not Ankiel good, but it's good. Bottom 6, still a 1-0 game, 2 on. The Astros grounded into a double plays in the 2nd, the 5th, and the 6th. This is Lance Berkman in the 6th. Remember, he homered Wednesday to tie that game. Billingsley, 7 1/3, 3 hits, no runs, 5 Ks. Jonathan Broxton, bottom 9. He may have been over-caffeinated. Wild pitch, Darren Erstad. Runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. So he takes a sip of chamomile. And later in the bat, Erstad will ground out to 1st to end the game. The Dodgers win at 2-0. Billingsley, the first Dodger pitcher to win his first 4 starts of the season since 2002. That was Kaz Ishii.
Zambrano has dominated the Reds in his last 5 starts, an ERA under 1, 5-0 in those 5 starts. Top 6, Willie Taveras on first. Zambrano throws back to first, well, in the neighborhood of first. And the ball gets away from Derek Lee. Taveras all the way to 3rd. The Reds in good position to add on to their lead after Zambrano's throwing error. And later in the inning, Joey Votto up. Taveras still on 3rd. Votto to the wall. Taveras can walk now. The Reds up 2-0. Votto's 14th RBI of the season. Top 7, Alex Gonzalez. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Micah Hoffpower. Apparently it was Micah Hoffpower bobbled the ball day. Brandon Phillips and Ramon Hernandez scores. Zambrano 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts. Reds up 4-1. And, you know, Zambrano loves it when the defense lets him down. Bottom 7, Giovanni Soto up with a runner on 1st. Over to Alex Gonzalez, 6-4-3. Aaron Harang, 7 innings of work, 7 hits, 1 earned run. He struck out 2. Top 8, it's Votto off Neil Kotz. No need to chase it. It's not coming back. Solo shot for Votto, his 3rd of the year. The Reds win at 7-1. Big day for Votto, 4 for 5 with a home run and a pair of RBI.
Blue Jays have not lost the series this season. They own the American League's best record at 11-5. Toronto hosting Texas. Bottom 2, no score. Not anymore. Vernon Wells hitching a ride off Kevin Millwood, his 3rd. It's 1-0 Jays. Toronto's 2nd in the majors in home runs. Texas is 1st, 4th inning. Hey, Hamilton! Josh Hamilton off Scott Richmond. His 2nd. We got a 2-1 game. Still 4th, bases loaded, 2 outs. Richmond, 6 innings, 2 runs, 8 Ks, including Taylor Teagarden, leaving men on base. Top 9, 5-2. Jays, Marlon Byrd up the middle. Aaron Hill, I'll take that and get that. Blue Jays win 5-2. Everybody's real confident is how one Blue Jay player put it after this one was over. They're 12-5.
Now for the Tigers and Angels from Anaheim, Matt Palmer getting the start for the Angels. 7th starter in 15 games for the Angels. Matches their total for all of last season. Adam Everett with a man on 3rd. He hits it over to 3rd. Sean Figgins fires a throw home to get Josh Anderson. Take another look at it. Figgins with a nice hard throw. Jeff Mathis is like, this is my plate, and you're not stepping on it. Bottom 5 tied at 2. Edwin Jackson facing Torrey Hunter. I'll take Hunter. 6th of the season for Hunter. 800 career RBIs now, and the Angels with a 3-2 lead. Bottom 7, bases loaded with 2 outs. Figgins at the plate now, and he lays it down and beats it out. 2 runners score. Angels go up 8-5, and the Angels go on to win it 10-5. After a 6-9 start, Evan Longoria said the Rays needed to start winning some games in a row. They had won 1 in a row going into Thursday's game in Seattle. Felix Hernandez gets Longoria there. Then bottom first, no score. Second pitch for James Shields. Ichiro had hit 7 of 8 pitches in batting practice for home runs, and batting practice carried over into the game. Second of the year for Ichiro, only run Shields allowed. Hernandez doing his thing against Longoria, again with a pitch in the dirt. Longoria 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts. 7th inning, still 1-0 Mariners. Hernandez gets Jason Bartlett. This one going 5-4-3. And so we go to the 9th. 2 outs, runner on second. Brandon Morrow in to close the game. 9th pitch of the at-bat, Deoner Navarro. And that'll do it. Mariners win it 1-0. Hernandez, 7 innings of work, 7 Ks. Ken Griffey jokes, some guys get all the run support. 2 starts, Cole Hamels had an ERA above 11. Phillies say his elbow isn't a problem, and he had the ball against the Brewers on Thursday. Top 4 runner on first, no score. Ryan Braun off Hamels. Brewers up 2-0, just like that. Braun's 4th of the season. Next batter, Prince Fielder. And this ball comes back and hits Hamels on his pitching shoulder. He left the game with a left shoulder contusion. He says, I have a temporary tattoo of a baseball on my shoulder for right now. Bottom 4, runner on first after a walk. Chase Utley up the middle. Ricky Weeks feels, spins, and makes the flip to second for the out. And we're going to see him later in top plays. I have my money on that. Dave Bush, no hits allowed through 7 innings. He's from Conestoga, Pennsylvania. Had his people there at the game. Bottom 8, 6 outs away. 3rd time he's taken a no-no into the 8th, and he gets some great defensive help from Bill Hall on that play. Yet another play we may see later on top plays. Bush excited. He's got 1 away, 5 outs away now. Next batter is Matt Stairs. And Matt Stairs says, I got your no-hitter right here. That one's gone. No-hitter gone. Shutout gone. But the Brewers going to win at 6-1. Bush with his first win of the season. He gave him just 2 hits and 7 2/3. He said of having his folks there, it was fun.
Cardinals looking for their first 3-game sweep of the Mets in nearly 5 years. Okay, we're going to give you a quick lesson on how to pitch to Albert Pujols.
All right. A lot of people would like to learn this.
Yeah, don't fall behind in the count. Now, Livan Hernandez, he knows this because Pujols is only 8 for 29, 276 career hitter with 1 homer against him. And so what's Hernandez do? Oh, you weren't listening. You fell behind 2-0, and now Pujols homers and ties the game at 1. Top 2. All right, Stan, you had some TPNs. Those are top play nominees if you're new to the program. I got one right here. Rick Ankiel. He homered and doubled twice, and all anybody wanted to talk about was him going full extension. Does he have a mustache? Oh, that's why he was able to do that. All right, back to Pujols. Avoid the middle of the plate if you don't want him to hurt you. Oh, come on. Can you not hear me?
He'll know better next time if he's watching this.
Pujols 3 for 4, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. The Cards beat the Mets 12-8. It's the Mets' 4th straight loss. Pujols 6 homers, 21 RBI. I don't care what he told Anderson and Levy. He's a machine.
You're a really cool dude, and cool people call these SportsCenter's top 10 plays, especially people who live in cool places. Number 10, White Sox and Orioles, Nick Markakis over the mound. Alexi Ramirez, barehanded. And in time. The Orioles going to win it 6-2.
From I don't need no stinking glove to Matt Kemp needs a glove, and he's on his horse, and he gloves that Kaz Matsui shot in the Dodgers-Astros game. Dodgers won it 2-0, avoiding the sweep.
More glove work at number 8, Brewers and Phillies. Chase Utley thinks he's got something. Ricky Weeks says, no, sir. J.J. Hardy there covering second. Shane Victorino can get down the line. And he wasn't able to beat that because of Weeks.
All right, everybody in Bayonne, recognize 12-year-old Mackenzie Brown from the Little League there. Became the first girl in Bayonne Little League history to throw a perfect game, and they're going to let her throw the first pitch out at a Mets game, and she actually may start that game.
More girl power. Massac High School softball senior pitcher Rochelle Fico. She's got 21 career perfect games. She got another one Thursday against Bethel, Connecticut. She's attending LSU in the fall.
Sheffield, right center on the move. Rick Ankiel, can he get there? Dives! Oh, what a play from Rick Ankiel! Outstanding.
Mets lose again. Cardinals 12-8.
Number 4, Brewers and Phillies. Listen and enjoy.
Hall's got it. Long throw across the diamond. And it is in time. What a play by Billy Hall.
Bill Hall helping out there. The Brewers going to win it 6-1. Dave Bush spectacular in that game.
Just a spectacular goaltending in the Carolina-New Jersey game. Cam Ward stops 41 shots.
Wow.
Oh! But he was outdone by number 2.
Back to Hurricanes Devils. Martin Brodeur out of the net, makes the save while falling over. He just hopped on the puck. But he still gets up, tries to make another save with no stick. Brodeur ties Patrick Wild's record with his 23rd career playoff shutout.
Lakers Jazz. Carlos Boozer, ouch. 23 points, 22 rebounds. Game tied. Final 10 seconds. Darren Williams. Utah's going to win. Kobe, a not top 10 game.